Hey guys, today I want to give you guys a tour of my Burnaby apartment in Canada. So the reason I'm doing this is because I haven't done a tour of my apartment in a long time. I think the last time was in December 2017. That was back in San Francisco when I had my apartment there. And people who have kept up to date with my vlogs know that I had to sell that apartment and then I subsequently lost the proceeds of that in a scam. So the past 2 years I've been trying to save up money, trying to get back to where I was before, and this is not my apartment, this is just a place I'm renting, but at least I want to show you guys the progress I've made trying to get back to where I was. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this tour. This is a one room, it's not a one bedroom like my San Francisco apartment was, but still I think it's fairly roomy for a one room. So hope you guys enjoy this tour, and I want to show you guys yeah, just what my place is like and what I've been doing since. Thankfully I didn't lose much of my possessions, right? I lost most of my life savings, but I didn't lose my physical possessions, so I still have a lot of the stuff I had when in my San Francisco apartment. So yeah, let's begin. Alright, so you start off with the entrance to my condo right there, and right near the entrance are two mirrors here. These are doors actually for my closet storage, so let's look at those. So I'm going to pull open this mirror here, and this is my first closet right at the entrance to my apartment. Basically this part of my storage just stores like boxes and stuff like that. There's really nothing that important here. Mostly boxes for like future shipping and stuff like that. I do have some items, like you can see my humidifier there. Sometimes I need that in the winter, and then I have my hot pot cooker here, which I'm not really using right now because I don't invite anyone over because of the pandemic. So I'm not really using that, but I do have some appliances in there. And then up above, there's my heater and my salt lamp, my Himalayan salt lamp. My heater is for those, I had in my old apartment, there wasn't really good heating, so I bought this heater just because there wasn't really any good heating in my old apartment, so that's why I have that. And then the salt lamp right there for an external light source when I need it. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, nothing else really in this storage. This is pretty much just for like boxes and stuff like that. So, all right. And then moving on to my second closet storage. Open the mirror. All right, so this one is mostly for storing my guitar cases and my guitars. So going from left to right, I have my Duesenberg guitar case right here. This is my Duesenberg Joe Walsh Alliance. And then I have, this is for my Martin OMJM. This is probably the biggest one out of the bunch. And I have a gig bag. This is for my Fender Stratocaster. This is for my Gresh White Penguin parlor guitar. This is for my Bohemian TNT, my oil can guitar, and then this last one is for my GNL ASOT Special. So I have 6 guitars. I know it's a lot, but yeah, this is basically where I put my guitars and stuff. And then up above is some art pieces. So at my old San Francisco apartment, I had a place to put all my art. So I have some art right here, some frames. I don't really have anywhere to put it right now for this apartment because it's not really my apartment. I don't really want to drill any holes into the drywall or anything. So yeah, over there you can see some art frames, paintings and stuff like that. I'm not hanging it up on my Burnaby apartment just because it's not my apartment. Whereas in San Francisco, that was actually my place, right? So I can actually hang them. So I'm still waiting for, you know, move into a place where I own so I can actually hang those up. So they're in that storage for now. Right, and here you have my shoes here. I don't have like a collection of Jordans or anything. I only have a few pairs of shoes, but we can go over them. So I got my limited edition Bruce Lee Onitsuka Tigers there. And then I got my Puma Suedes. Then I got my Under Armour basketball shoes, which are only for basketball. Then I got these Korean shoes. I think they're like similar to loafers. I'm not exactly sure what they are. But I got them in Korea, a lot of stores sell them. And then I got my Oxfords from Clark's, which are dress shoes. Then I got my Fila's, which are like sneakers, and I got my Adidas Superstars, which I wear a lot. Those are pretty good everyday shoes. And then I got slippers. So yeah, that's it. I don't have a collection or anything like that, but yeah, I'm not a shoe guy. All right, so then you got 2 more closet spaces here. They're both mirrors, as you can see. So let's open them up. So this side This side is mostly for storing like my electronic gadgets and stuff like that. So if you see my YouTube videos, you can see that I have a lot of phones and laptops and retro devices and stuff like that. I mostly store them in these boxes here. So yeah, you can see that I have a whole bunch of like vintage phones and stuff like that, right? Nokias, Blackberries, and Sonys and stuff like that. So that's where I put them. These are the phones I don't really use day to day. They're just in a collection. I pretty much actually never use them unless they're for YouTube videos. So yeah, I just put them in, they're just for collecting, right? So I put them in a box there. And then up there, you can see that I have some boxes. These boxes are just, in case I want to sell some of my devices, I have some boxes here. You know, maybe they have some resale value. I might sell them someday, so I gotta keep those boxes for resale value. So I put them up there. And then this other storage closet here is a little bit more interesting. There's more stuff here. All right, so going from the top shelf, you got my boxes, like I said. So I have like mostly like storage boxes here, display boxes, and those are boxes from my different gadgets. And then the second shelf here is PS3 games. So I have a lot of PlayStation 3 games here, some Nintendo 3DS games, PS Vita games, and some Blu-rays and DVDs in the back. The reason I got them here is just because I guess I don't want to just leave them in a box somewhere. Still want to put them up here. I still have PS3 games and stuff like this because some of these games have not been released in other formats. They're like not for PS4 and not for PS5. So I still have these games. I guess I don't really want to sell them. I mean, just in case I want to play some of these games. So I do have them. I guess I just put them here. I don't want to just keep in a box somewhere. I just want to display them somewhere, right? So yeah, don't really use them. I don't have I don't have my PS3 out. I don't use my PS3. I don't use my DVD player, but they're here just for display, I guess. My Nintendo 3DS and PS Vita too. I don't really use them all that often. All right, and the third shelf here, I have some of my laptops that I have just on standby. These ones I don't really use all that much, but occasionally, maybe sometimes I might take them out. So I got my ThinkPad TP25 here, which is a 25th anniversary limited edition ThinkPad. I have that there. I use it sometimes, and I guess the Porsche Design Book 1 is kind of like my backup laptop. So it's my backup laptop because my HP Dragonfly Elite stopped working a few months ago, and I just started using this one, and now I got it back, so this one goes back into storage space. This box here is for a lot of stuff. So I got my Video Shield Portable, I got my PS Vita here, yeah, I've got my Nintendo 3DS here as well. What else I got here? My Astel and Kern. This is my DAP, play music and stuff. It's got it balanced out. And I have like a few other phones here. I got the Essential phone, right? That just runs Lineage OS right now. I got the Xperia XA2 for Sailfish. I got my BlackBerry Key 2 in here. Pine phone. So I got like some other phones in here that I don't use all that much. I do use them more than the other phones in my boxes though. So the other storage closet had boxes just for phones I never use, pretty much only for YouTube videos. But this box I guess has more used, occasionally used devices I guess. And then I got more PS3 games in the back. Alright, and the next shelf here, I guess we have some boxes for games, stuff like that. I got a Magic binder here. These are for Magic cards. I think I did a video review of some of these binders before. But yeah, this is for Magic cards. And then this is my Canon selfie like photo printer, which I used to use to print out different photos and stuff like that. And this is for a bag full of tools and stuff like that. So I have my screwdrivers, my soldering gun, I have a lot of like different tools and pliers and stuff like that for when I'm like taking apart my guitars or laptops when I'm repairing them. So that's what those tools are for. So yeah, and then I think the other stuff is just more repair tools and stuff like that. So that's for that shelf. And then this shelf here, a lot of different stuff here. So these two Tupperware buckets are for Magic decks. So I think I have like 12, over 12 decks. So yeah, a bunch of Magic decks there. Bunch of Magic decks there. I can't wait until, you know, the pandemic is over so I can go to a Magic meetup and actually play people. But right now these two are just sitting there and not playing anyone. I don't have anyone to play Magic the Gathering with. But those are my decks. And in these boxes there's more cards. They're more trading cards. I have like Pokemon cards, I got Digimon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh! I think. I got some other cards, like miscellaneous cards in these two boxes, shoe boxes. So I think that's what those are for. And then this these boxes are for like miscellaneous stuff. So I think I got some, these are for what, pieces? Yeah, like pieces for my figurines. And this one is like adapters and stuff. A lot of these are just small items that came with my devices, I think. Yeah. Okay, this one, I have like a mini tripod, some collector's edition items in there. This one I have, oh yeah, this one I have like maybe like watch pieces, I think, and like, yeah, headphones and stuff, like earphones. Okay, so these are basically just accessory, miscellaneous stuff, accessories I got with my devices and my collector's editions that are too small to put into anything else, right? So just put them here in these small Tupperware boxes here. Yeah, adapters and stuff like that, I put them there. Phone cases, I think I put them there as well, watch straps. So that's what that's for. And then this last shelf here, I got 6 Tupperware boxes. These 6 are for a lot of different purposes. So let's see, they're pretty big, but they're full of like adapters and stuff like that. So yeah, this is adapters for like my different electronic devices. So you know, I have a lot of different retro devices. A lot of them have proprietary AC adapters. So my old UMPCs and stuff like that, and my old Nokia phones and Sony phones, like they all have these really proprietary like adapters. So you got to use these adapters. So that's why I have them stored here. There's just a lot of retro devices that I own. So I put all the adapters in here. And I have to label them, right, so I know what they are and what they're used for. On down here, I think these are all like docks, like charging docks and like different adapters and cables, I think, for those devices. And then over here, yeah, there's more cables. I have like HDMI cables, component cables, I got DVI cables, I got VGA cables, a lot of cables here. Down here you have more AC adapters, and I think I got like USB cable. I got pretty much every kind of cable here. USB cables, micro USB, lightning cables, mini USB cables. I got pretty much everything. You know, HDMI obviously. So yeah, a lot of cables and stuff like that, and adapters basically is what these 6 Tupperware buckets are for, just full of them, right? Because I got so many electronic devices, and obviously those devices require a lot of adapters. So that's why I have so many. All right, so yeah, those are those 2 storage closets right there. So that's pretty much my hallway, and then you can see my bathroom here. Not really much to say about my bathroom, right? I mean, it's typical. You know, sink, toilet. I got my bathtub right there. Pretty typical bathroom. Not really anything much to say there. So, right, that's it there. And then over here are my kitchen and my living room. It is a wall divider right here. So like I said, this is a 1 room, but it's actually big enough to be a 1 bedroom, right? There's just no curtain here. So let's go into the kitchen first. So yeah, this is my kitchen. I can see that there's my fridge. I have a Foreman grill that I don't really use all that much up there. And then I have some appliances here. So I got a rice cooker by Cuckoo. I use it fairly often to make rice, can opener and stuff like that. This portable dishwasher is actually pretty useful. So I got this Danby portable dishwasher. Actually works pretty well. I put it on my countertop here because there's no room down here. And I noticed when I rented this apartment, they don't have any space to put a dishwasher. So I just had to buy a portable one, and I put it on top of the sink. And the reason for that is because it has to connect directly to the drain, right? Like it has to connect to the drain for the water. So this is really the only place I could put it, is right on top of my sink. I know it blocks the sink, so right now if I want to wash my hands or do anything like that, I have to go to the bathroom to do that. but I get a portable dishwasher, which is really useful because I'm really lazy, right? And this does a really good job of cleaning the dishes. So it actually works pretty well, and I'm satisfied with it, right? It didn't cost me that much money. It's like a couple $100, but it works pretty well. So it's a Danby portable dishwasher. I'm just too lazy to wash my own dishes, so I had to have a portable dishwasher up here, and this is the only place I could put it. So it works pretty well for me. And over here, just regular kitchen stuff, right? Oven, stovetop, microwave, kettle, pretty much it. You can see my condiments up there. If you guys own any of these condiments, you probably know what they are. That's pretty much it. So yeah, that's my kitchen. Nothing else to really say there. Right, let's go into my living room now. Alright, so my living room, I got my bed and my bed frame and everything from Sleep Country, Canada. So the mattress is a Simmons mattress. Blanket, headboard, pillows, bed sheets, everything from Sleep Country Canada. It's all really good, actually. I have to say that this is actually the nicest bed I've ever slept on in terms of living, you know, in my own place. So I think I've lived in a bunch of places before. I think this is definitely the best mattress I've slept on, the best bed I've slept on. It's almost like a hotel, right? It's actually really, really nice and very, very comfortable. So I'm very satisfied with sleeping in this bed. The material on this blanket is really nice. Forget what it's called, but it's very, very similar to silk. Very, very comfortable. So yeah, that's my bed. Very, very comfortable bed and mattress. And this is my bedside table. Right now I have my HP Dragonfly Elite as my main portable laptop. So also I only have 2 outlets here. So one's charging my radio, and then this one is a all-around USB-C charger, which I'm using to charge my, could be charging anything here actually. So I have my HP Dragonfly Elite here as my main portable laptop. In my video like a few weeks ago, I did a video on how my Porsche Design Book 1. That was my main laptop. That was actually a backup laptop for this one. This was my main one, but then it had overheating issues. I had to send it back to HP. They got it repaired and then sent it back to me. So now I'm using this one again. So yeah, my HP laptop is pretty much better than my Porsche Design Book 1 in every way. I think it's got a better keyboard, it's lighter, it's probably got better speakers as well. So yeah, that's why this is my main portable laptop for right now. And then underneath, so this is the area I put my secondary devices, my secondary laptops that I use occasionally. So this is the MacBook Air M1. So I use this laptop mostly for video editing these days. I actually edit most of my YouTube videos through iMovie, and the M1 processor is obviously very fast, so it's really useful for editing movies and stuff like that. So I would just airdrop stuff onto this laptop or transfer them over to this laptop for video editing. So that's mostly what this MacBook Air is for video editing purposes. Then I got my One Mix Yoga 3. This is for visual novels, and actually this is mostly for DOS games now because my GPD micro PC battery kind of died off, so I don't really use that for DOS games anymore. So yeah, the One Mix Yoga 3 is mostly actually for DOS games now. The One Netbook A1 is mostly for visual novels now, because this is also a convertible laptop, but it's smaller, so it's easier for me to handle. So I use this one mostly for visual novels. And then this is the GPD Win. GPD Win I usually mostly use for like older 2000s era games, which it runs pretty well. So you know, think of like Half-Life 2 or Deus Ex, those kind of games I play on my GPD Win 2. Then I got this is my Razer Phone 2, which is mostly used for emulators and stuff like that. So you can think like Super Nintendo, Genesis, PlayStation, N64. Mostly for emulation, I use my Razer Phone 2, which it does pretty well. And then my Cosmo communicator, I guess when I'm traveling and or I'm going to a cafe or something like that, I'd like to type out some text or some documents or something like that, I might use the Cosmo communicator. So these are the devices I use occasionally. So I have them in that little storage space on my bedside table here. And then these 2 drawers are just for documents and stuff like that. So that's it there. This is my Google Pixel 4 charging right here on the dock. This uses a USB-C charger, which is connected to my Rourke Audio R1 Deluxe. This is the Mark IV version. I did a video review on this a few weeks ago. This is pretty good clock, alarm, Bluetooth radio device. It's a speaker system, and I think it looks pretty good. I mean, it's got that nice wood paneling right here. Looks very retro. Almost looks like a kind of old vintage retro Bakelite radio, right? But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. So I just keep it by my bedside here as my main alarm and a Bluetooth speaker system here, clock radio type of device. So that's the Rourke Audio R1 Deluxe. So is that. And then here I have my dresser. So obviously keep my clothes here. But on top of my dresser I have a few items too. So this is a framed jersey of Magic Johnson. He's one of my favorite players ever, and I want to get signed jerseys framed of all my favorite players. So as you can see, this is a signed jersey right here. That's a signature, and I really don't have many other places in my room I can put this. It's such a big frame, so just put it here. So yeah, that's a Magic Johnson signed jersey. I have it up here, and some other things I have here. Some tools and stuff like that, just things I use occasionally. I just put it on top of my dresser. So I have a screwdriver set here. I got 2 Victorinox Swiss Champs for some reason. I don't know why I got 2, but they're there. I got some guitar stuff. I got my capo, some picks, my pick bag. This stand here is for my Instagram live sessions. I don't really think many people look at my Instagram live sessions or look at them, but this is for when I do my Instagram live sessions. I can put my phone here and start recording. So that's what that's for. And then got some other devices here. I got my Motorola Razr Fold. This is my main music player. When I go outside, I can just use this for playing music. Like I said in my review, this secondary screen here is actually good enough for playing music. So like I have Spotify, I have the main music player actually shows up on the screen, so I can just scroll through it right here. It's really actually good as a music player. It doesn't have a headphone jack, but that's okay because I actually have a USB-C DAC right here. So this is my headphones, my earphones, and I have a Shanling UA1 USB-C DAC, which I use with my Motorola Razr Fold and my Surface Duo. So yeah, I use this one to play music and stuff like that from my devices which don't have a headphone jack. So I think the Shanling UA1 is a pretty good deal. It's only 50 bucks, and yeah, it's a pretty decent DAC. It's the same DAC that's in the Shanling M0 DAP. So yeah, pretty good price. So yeah, it's like 50 bucks, whatever. And I use my Monster Gratitudes, which I've had for a while now. They're not the best earphones I have. I have the Aston Kern Michelle IEMs as well, but these ones are fairly convenient because with my IEMs, it's kind of a hassle to always take it out and unravel it and tangle it and stuff like that. So yeah, I have that there with my Shanling UA1 DAC. And then here is my wireless earbuds, my Sony WF-1000 XM3s. These are my Bluetooth wireless earbuds whenever I go outside, and they're noise canceling too, right? So these days actually, if I want to listen to music, and I go outside, I usually use my Motorola Razr Fold, and I either pair my wireless earbuds or I use my USB-C DAC with my Monster Gratitudes. Same thing with the Surface Duo. So I have a Surface Duo here. This is a dual screen phone, which I actually use mainly as my main tablet. So it's kind of replaced my iPad. So yeah, it's kind of like a small tablet, except you can do two things at once, obviously, with the dual screens. So I do some multitasking using this device. I can play some games, right? I can watch videos, I can watch movies and stuff like that. Again, doesn't have a headphone jack, but that's what that USB-C DAC is for. So for both of these devices, I use the USB-C DAC or I use the Bluetooth earbuds right there to pair with them. So yeah, I have those two devices there on hand. And then over here is my studio. So if you watch some of my other YouTube videos, my music videos, you might notice that when I play guitar, I might be over here in this part of my apartment. So yeah, basically I have all my musical equipment here. So my microphone is an MXL 770 microphone. It's a pretty good microphone for the price. And then I have my iPad Pro. It's my 10.5 from 2017. It's a second gen iPad Pro, and I use this mostly for like looking at lyrics and tabs and stuff like that. So yeah, my microphone and my iPad here. And then over here you have my amp. This is a Milkman 1 Watt Plus. It's a hand-wired guitar amp, a tube amp that's built in San Francisco. So I used to have a Swart Atomic Junior, and I decided to get this amp because it was in the same city I was living in at that time, and it's a bigger amp, it has more headroom, and it's still relatively light for the size, only 24 pounds, and that's despite having a 15-inch speaker. So it's actually pretty good for the size. So yeah, and it sounds really good, of course. The cleans are really nice. And the pedal board, I've already done a video on my pedal board. I have roughly 5 or 6 pedals on at the pedal board at the same time. I have a total of about 10 pedals, so you can see I have some pedals on the floor and over there. I usually only use 5 or 6 pedals at a time, but yeah, I have about 10 pedals total. Depends on what songs I want to play and what my mood is. And then my guitars, I have 2 electric guitars here. These are the 2 electric guitars I've been using these days for the past few weeks. My Duesenberg Joe Walsh Alliance right there, which I got last year, and my G&L ASOT Special, which I just got a few weeks ago. These are the 2 main electric guitars I've been using, and my other guitars are all in the storage closet that you guys saw earlier. So you guys saw my Fender Stratocaster, my Bohemian TNT oil can guitar, and my Gresh White Penguin. Those are all in that storage closet. So right now, for now, I'm just using these 2 electric guitars, and these 2 are pretty good. So that's that for my guitars. And then over here, basically how I'm running my microphone is this microphone is going into this mixer. So yeah, this is my Behringer Xenix Q502 mixer, and it's connected to my microphone here, my MXL microphone. So the microphone goes to the mixer, and then the mixer outputs to these two studio monitors. So I have one here and then one on this side. And these monitors are PreSonus Aris studio monitors, and they're pretty good. So you got volume, you got aux in, you got a headphone out, and the power button right here. So they're pretty good studio monitors, especially for the price. They weren't that expensive. So yeah, I got two studio monitors there, as well as the Behringer mixer, which is actually a really good versatile mixer. So if you guys are looking for like a really good value mixer, the Behringer mixer is pretty good. I know a lot of people don't like Behringer because they're cheap and stuff like that, but they actually make really good, fantastic value products for the price. So even though they aren't that original. But anyways guys, that's the studio area of my apartment. So if you guys see some of my music videos, my guitar videos, basically they're filmed in this area of my apartment. So yeah, have my microphone, my mixers, and my studio monitors, my guitars, my pedal board, amp, everything is in that section. Alright, so you guys have seen my bedroom. Now I'm going to show you guys my living room. Okay, so I've actually done a video on my living room before with my setup and everything. But yeah, right now the setup has changed a little bit because I added the Martin Logan Motion 5.1 systems. So yeah, you guys can see I have my LG C9, this is my OLED TV, 4K OLED. It's a really nice TV. I got it at a discount. Still really good for the price, even though it's an old model. It's from 2019. So it's really good for gaming even. So really beautiful TV. You know, as people know, OLEDs are really good for their black levels and contrast and stuff like that. Let's see what I have hooked up to it. So I have the Marantz NR10. This is my receiver, which I did a video on already, and it's hooked up to my Martin Logan 5.1 Motion 5.1 speaker system. So it's a full surround sound speaker system, 5.1. So I got two bookshelves, a center channel, and surrounds on it. And then I have my CD player here as well. These are the Denon DCD50 CD player, which I have hooked up to the Marantz as well. And back behind it are the PS4 controllers for charging. So I have a charging dock there. And yeah, underneath I have my TV stand, yeah, my PS4 Pro. So I have a PS4 Pro right here, also hooked up to the Marantz, of course. And I got my this is actually for my PS TV, so that's my PS TV controllers. And then I got my NVIDIA Shield controller for gaming, my NVIDIA Shield. And then over here, it's my PS TV. This is for playing PS TV games, which are actually PS Vita games, right? So PS Vita games I can play on my PS TV. And then my NVIDIA Shield, which are mostly for emulation. So if I want to play, so I know I have my Razer Phone 2 for emulation, but if I want to play with a friend on a TV, then I usually use the NVIDIA Shield. That's pretty much the same games, like yeah, PlayStation, N64, SNES, NES, Genesis, all those old school multiplayer games. I use my NVIDIA Shield for. And then here is the Sound Blaster X3 external sound card. I use this in conjunction with my PC. So this is my desktop PC. It's a CyberPower Cyber C. I did a video review on this as well. But yeah, this is my desktop computer. I have a Core i5 9600K, 32 gigs of RAM, 4 terabytes of storage, and an RTX 2070. So this is my most powerful computer, and I use it to game with my LG TV. And I also have a headset with it. This is my VR headset. This is HP Reverb G2. Did a review on this as well. These are pretty good. Definitely the highest resolution VR headset you can get on the market today. So I definitely, I like it. It's pretty lightweight too, so it's an upgrade over my old Oculus Rift S. So yeah, I definitely like the HP Reverb G2. It just requires a lot of wires and stuff like that, and actually requires an adapter as well. So definitely needs it's definitely power hungry, right? But yeah, this is my VR headset, so I have that connected to my desktop. And then I have the Razer Siren Mini. This is the microphone I use for my desktop. I don't do like too much. I guess I do some games like Let's Play games on this computer as well. I mostly do my Let's Plays on my main machine, which is an Alienware, but sometimes I may do Let's Plays on this computer as well, so that's when I use my Razer Siren Mini. This is a very, very basic microphone. I also, when I do my videos with my friend Eric, and we do those like sports NBA 2K type of sessions together, then I might use the Razer Siren Mini as well for recording. So yeah, this is a very, very basic microphone. Yeah, just a standard condenser cardboard mic. So yeah, I use this sometimes if I want to record some sessions with my desktop. And then yeah, like I said, everything's hooked up to my Creative X3. The audio is hooked up to my Creative X3, and this basically decodes the Dolby Digital Live and Dolby Digital Pro Logic 2, I think, and it goes up to my Marantz. So you can see right now connected to my PC with Dolby Pro Logic from my Creative X3. Basically what that does is it takes all the stereo tracks from my computer and it kind of splits it into 5.1 or encodes into 5.1, right? So yep, that's pretty much what that sound card is for. So that's it. That's pretty much my computer setup. We can go into what's inside here. So inside here are my CDs. I don't listen to CDs all that much, so my Denons is probably underused, but I have some soundtracks here. So I have like King of Fighters, Disgaea, this is what Muv-Luv, and I have here. Basically most of my CDs are from games because I unboxed a lot of collector's editions, so I get a lot of limited edition soundtracks here. Senran Kagura, StarCraft, ooh, I got Dark Side of the Moon. So yeah, I got some nice soundtracks from different games and limited editions that I unbox, and that's where most of my CDs are from. So my Denon is pretty underused, but you know, at least it's used sometimes. I think I have, yeah, Persona 4, Dancing All Night. So I use it sometimes. I don't use it as much as vinyl though. I still prefer vinyl. And over here, underneath this one, I think this is just for a spare keyboard. Yeah, I think this is for a spare keyboard. And then this one I think is my HP Reverb controllers. Yeah, they're not that great. They're definitely not as good as the Valve Index controllers, but they're not as good as the Oculus Rift S controllers either, like the Oculus Touch controllers, but they're okay. I mean, what can you say, they're VR controllers. So that's pretty much it for that section. And then I have my Nintendo Switch also hooked up to my Marantz. So yeah, usually I actually play my Nintendo Switch in portable mode, handheld mode, but you know, if I want to play a game with my friend, then just dock it like that. So yeah, and then you can see my TV. My Marantz will detect that. Actually, if you want to see how my Marantz is set up, there's a lot of wires at the back. You can see a lot of cables at the back here. So basically everything's connected to the receiver, right? So my game consoles, my CD player, my Nintendo Switch, my desktop, all connected to my Marantz, and that uses the HDMI ARC to connect to my TV. So everything is basically going through the receiver, then being pumped back up to the TV. All right, and let's go over here, this section of my living room. So I have a air purifier here that's always running, and then over here are my Synology disc stations. I have 7 of them. So I know that seems like a lot, but each of these are for different purposes. So let's go over each. So this is a DS218J. This has about 3 terabytes, 4 terabytes I think in it. This is mostly used for Asian movies and music these days. So all my music, all my Asian movies are stored on this one. These two are Synology DS416 Slims, which are really small portable ones that use laptop hard drives. These ones have about 3 terabytes each. This one is used mostly for my movies and pictures. Actually, they're both used for my movies and pictures and videos and stuff. My personal pictures and videos, yes. So yeah, basically all the pictures and videos I took in my lifetime with my phone and my video cameras and everything are backed up onto these two. So yeah, those are just very, very personal media goes on there. And then these two right here, there was a lot of dust on these because I don't really touch these. These two are DS416Js. So these ones store a little bit more. I think they actually store 12 terabytes each. So yeah, 12 terabytes each on these ones, and this one is used for all my YouTube videos, which is actually a lot, right? I have over 2,000 videos on my channel, so I have all my YouTube videos full size, the full rendered file stored in here, because on YouTube they're compressed, right? So their full files are actually stored in here, so that's actually a lot of space that's needed. So that's all that one, YouTube videos. This one is mostly for movies and anime and shows and stuff like that. So I have all my movies, anime, TV shows and everything stored on this one. And then this one is another 416S Slim. This one is mostly used for, I think it's used for raw files that I haven't edited yet. So like a lot of times I take YouTube videos and I just don't get around to editing them, but I still have to edit them, and you know, they're gigs and gigs of files. So yeah, still needs a lot of space. So I put a lot of my unedited files that I have to edit on here. So yeah, that's actually a lot of storage that's needed for that, right? Because you have gigs and gigs of raw data and video that I have to process. So I store it on here. And then this last one, DS412 Plus. This one is my oldest Synology. Got this one way back like 6 or 7 years ago. This one's mostly used for a lot of my files. So I have a lot of like backup files for like my work and for programming, stuff like that. I store it on here. So yeah, basically my portfolio stuff, right? And also like torrented software, torrented games and stuff like that, I store it on here as well. A lot of miscellaneous files for backup I keep on this one. So that's pretty much it. That's why I have so many Synologies. And that's why so much space, right? Like I need a lot of space because I just store a lot of stuff, right? This one's also about 3 terabytes. I think this one's also about 12 terabytes. So yeah, I need a lot of space and storage. This is a Martin Logan Dynamo 400 subwoofer. It's pretty big. I've already done a video showing the controls of this one, but yes, a subwoofer, of course, for my 5.1 system. On the back here, there is a lot of cables, as you can see. So this is my Wi-Fi router. I don't have any special router, I just took the one that Telus gave me. And then there's a lot of cables on the back here. You can see that Ethernet switcher. It's buried deep in those cables, right? So all these cables, why I have so many Ethernet cables, is because I had to connect to all these different disk stations, right? All these different disk stations require a lot of different connections. And then, of course, I have other cables connecting to my gaming consoles and my computer as well. Alright, and this is another storage closet with a mirror. So, yeah. So yeah, this one, mostly storing my jackets and stuff like that. Yeah, store my clothes, jackets, a lot of my backpacks and stuff like that. I think I stored in here some boxes and stuff like that. Nothing really that important, just yeah, jackets, boxes and stuff. And then up there, I think you have Sonic the Hedgehog. Yep, Sonic the Hedgehog. This is from my Sonic Mania Collector's Edition. So I don't have anywhere to put them, so I put them here. So that's it. That's the other closet I got. Alright, and then over here, this is my PS4 video game collection. So this is where all my PS4 games go. Yeah, so basically all my PS4 games. I don't really play most of them, I think. I just play one of them. I play these games like maybe once or twice. Some of them I play more because they're like multiplayer games, so I play them more. But yeah, most of them I just like play once or twice, but I have them here. And then I have Nintendo Switch games down there as well. So I also have yet to play a lot of those games. So there's a lot of games I've yet to play. So yeah, Nintendo Switch, PS4 games go there. And then over here, I have my Lazy Boy recliner, and I have some side tables here as well. Side tables are where I put my Martin Logan speaker systems. This is my surround speakers, right? So I put them over here, have some remotes and stuff like that. Yeah, that's basically where that stuff goes. And then this one is, yeah, again, Martin Logan surround speaker. I have some controllers here, some more remotes and stuff like that here. Pretty much it for the side tables. Yeah, they're mostly for the putting the speakers and controllers and remotes. Lazy Boy recliner is pretty good. On top of my Lazy Boy recliner is my Corsair. This is a Corsair keyboard and a Corsair Dark Core wireless mouse. So of course, because I'm using a setup where my computer is connected to a TV, I really don't want to have wires here, so I use a wireless keyboard and a mouse. And the wireless keyboard is connected to a lap board. So this is a Corsair lap board. And the keyboard, I think actually, this one actually connects, is sold with this lap board. So yeah, it comes as a pair. And then the Dark Core actually fits in really nicely as well. So yeah, wireless keyboard, lap board, and a wireless mouse here for, you know, playing games wirelessly. Because, you know, if I'm playing on my TV, I don't want to have wires, right? So that's what that's for. And then what's cool about this Lazy Boy is that there's charging ports here. So there's a charging port on each side. I usually use them to charge my controllers, right? Because if I'm playing a game with my friend, then this is just really convenient to be able to charge my controllers here. And yeah, basically I am able to recline here, right? Pretty cool. My old San Francisco sofa did not have this capability, so this is actually an upgrade over something from my San Francisco apartment. Yeah, whenever me and my friends are gaming, of course, we just lie down, charge our phones or charge our controllers, and just play like that. And yeah, that's my living room setup. And last part of my living room is over here. This is my Roomba. So yeah, my Roomba is just here for, you know, cleaning my room. It's a vacuum robot. What more can I say? I'm too lazy to use a brush and a comb to clean my room, so I have a Roomba. Alright, and now we have my 2 bookshelves. I have one full of figurines and the other full of books. So let's go over them one by one, okay? So first of all, I have to note the 2 jerseys there. I have one signed jersey by Jerry West, the great Jerry West right there. And one signed jersey by the great Rick Barry right here. So again, just like my Magic Johnson jersey, I have 2 signed jerseys by 2 of my favorite players, both framed. So again, this is pretty much the only places I can put them, right? Because the frames are so big. But yeah, Jerry West and Rick Barry, 2 of my favorite players, both signed jerseys. They're both framed right there. Alright, let's go over this one first. So on top of my bookshelf, I have some vinyls and some CDs. So this one's by Jimi Hendrix Experience, the purple box set. This is a really good box set. Led Zeppelin Mothership, a collection by Led Zeppelin, and Live. So yeah, Live at Winterland, this is a vinyl box set, and the Jimi Hendrix Experience, this one's a vinyl box set. This is a vinyl box set. Electric Ladyland, this one is a Blu-ray box set. So this one has the original, this one has a CD, so that's been freshly remixed and remastered by Eddie Kramer, Jimi Hendrix's original engineer. And it's been freshly remastered, and there's a Blu-ray audio set with a 5.1 surround sound mix version, so that's why I got this one. And I have Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon Immersion box set, which also has a Blu-ray audio 5.1 surround sound version, so that's why I got this one too, as well as some CD, some other alternate versions of Dark Side of the Moon. And this one, the Beatles Abbey Road, this one I have, this is a super deluxe set, which is also in Blu-ray audio and also a surround sound mix version as well. So yeah, I have surround sound mixes of Abbey Road, Dark Side of the Moon, and Electric Ladyland, and the rest in vinyl. So yeah, I'm pretty big on these old classics. Love classic rock. So alright, going on to the second shelf here. So this, you can see, is from Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon the Blade of Light. This is from the collector's edition of the game, which I did an unboxing of on my YouTube channel a few months back. This is a really good collector's edition. So it came with this acrylic reproduction cartridge, right, which is really, really nice. So yeah, it's an acrylic reproduction cartridge of the original NES game. And then in the back, you can see there's some books here. Let's take this off for now. You can see my books here. I have some basketball books. I got some, I guess, webtoon books, I guess, Zen pencils. So there's some Korean webtoons as well. Let's see, I got some Oatmeal, which is he's one of my favorite webcomic writers. They got some more basketball books, Bill Simmons. Let's see, what else do I have? Yeah, I got some Ashens. This is different YouTubers, right? Ashens made this book, talking about the old games. Nostalgia Nerd made this book. This is a really good book about retro tech. And yeah, this is mostly like basketball books and stuff like that. So, yep, there's my books on that shelf. And then I have my watch case collection, my watch collection in my watch case. So I did a video on this too. But if you guys want to take a look at my different watches, I have 6 of them. So I have my Orient Sun and Moon, which is, these are all, actually these are mostly mechanical watches, but the Orient Sun and Moon, I want to have a watch with a heartbeat mechanism. So there's a heartbeat complication there, and I really like the color scheme blue and gold, and it's limited edition as well. And Orient is just a really good company for value watches. So I like the Orient Sun and Moon, is the limited edition version. And then the Frederic Constant, there's a slimline moon phase. I think FC makes some of the best moon phases in the business. Really, really detailed. I really like the deep dark blue on the watch dial. So just a really good dress watch. So the FC slimline moon phase. And this one, the Hamilton Ventura Elvis 80. This is a really nice, unique looking watch. You can tell that it's a triangular version. It's very, very different from other watches, and it runs on quartz. But for me, this is my only quartz watch, but I think that it's a pretty unique watch, so that's why I have it, and reminds me of 1950s Americana. So cool watch for styling. And then next I have the Oris GMT. This is a limited edition dual time zone watch, which is really useful when you're traveling, right? You have 2 different time zones on the watch, so that's what I use it for. Pretty nice watch. It's probably my most expensive out of this collection, actually. And then next we have the Yunhan's Meister calendar, which has a day, a date, and the month as well. So it has a lot of complications. Also has a moon phase. The moon phase isn't quite as good as the one on the FC. I think FC makes some of the best moon phases, but it's there, right? So the Yunhan's moon phase is there, and it's just a really nice casual watch that I wear from time to time. Very, very functional. And then I have the Nomos Tetra. This is a square watch, as you can see. The shape is different. Really good dress watch, right? Because of the small size, and changed out the strap to a nylon strap, but it's pretty nice, right? So Nomos makes some pretty nice looking Bauhaus design, minimalist design watches. So it goes really good with like a suit or something like that. So good dress watch. So yeah, guys, that's my watch collection in my watch case here. All right, in the next shelf here, got some more books. These are mostly books from collector's editions, I think. The bigger books are ones I bought separately. So as you guys can see, most of these books are art books. The reason is because I don't like to like read physical books that much. I usually have my books in Kindle format, so I read ebooks, and I like to read them online. So for the books I have in physical form is mostly art books, because I think art is better appreciated in physical form compared to like a computer screen, right? So I have Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, one of my favorite movies for animation movies. Then I got the Spider-Man game, The Art of the Game right here, Alita Battle Angel, which I think is another underrated movie, very, very good, and very, very good animated movie. Then I got some other art books here. This is one Fire Emblem. I got an XKCD book here. These are all from different collector's editions, I think. So yeah, it's another one, Fire Emblem. So this is one Arcana, the visual novel. This is a pretty good one, pretty good game. Did a review on it. This one's from Love. This Guy of 5, Duke Nukem, Root Letter. Yeah, so visual novels. Yeah, I mean these are all from different collector's editions, mostly, and different games. So, oh, pretty good. So that's what mostly these are from. And then this side, this box is from Kanagawa Jet Girls. And I think there's the art book too. Is the Deus Ex. This one's from Catherine, Full Body. Yep, this is Kanagawa Jet Girls, the art book. One Chambara, interesting. Guilty Gear, so I have some other art books from different games here. Soul Calibur, Duke Nukem. Okay, so yeah, I had some Cyanide and Happiness actually as well. So I like those series of comics too. And then here I got Persona 5, I have Yakuza 6, I got Blaze Blue, I got Yuno, Girl with Chance at the Bounds of the End of Time, and then I got Steins Gate, Star Wars, Diablo, and StarCraft 2. So Diablo 3, that is. I think these two are actually from collector's editions, which are actually really good, because usually collector's editions you don't get big art books like that. You get them there. And then these ones are not from collector's editions. You can tell because of how big they are, right? So Fire Emblem Awakening, right? Got this separately. Hendrix. I have an art book of Hendrix because it also explains his life as well, but it explains it with like, you know, illustrations and stuff like that. So I have that really cool book. Hi-Fi, the history of high-end audio design is really nice because I'm a big audiophile. So I like reading about and looking at, you know, the history of high-end audio, right? From the 1920s, 1930s, all the way to now, right? You have all the brands from back then. You can look at Macintosh, Marantz, right? Denon, like all those old school brands and how they evolved into brands now. You have like newer brands right now, like Audis and stuff like that. So it's really cool. So you can see the history of hi-fi audio. And then dinosaurs, because I'm a sucker for dinosaurs, I guess. I just really loved them as a kid. So here's an art book on dinosaurs. So it's there. I like reading about dinosaurs as a kid. Guinness World Records. JFK is actually one of my favorite idols. So I've had this book for a while. I did a few videos all the way back when I was in university about JFK. Really, he was one of my idols from back in the day. So I have a book on him. I had this book for a while, talking about his life and stuff. Lots of illustrations. I have Ripley's Believe It or Not. I have another Deus Ex art book. This one's a bigger one. And then I have an XKCD. This guy's the same guy who writes the XKCD comics, Randall Monroe. So I have his book here, and I have another Diablo art book here. I think this one is, I think this one's for all Diablo, not just Diablo 3. And then this one I have Horrible Histories, which is more for children and stuff like that. But you know, I love history and I love reading about it. I love art, right? So this one, I think it's a really cool series because there's a lot of humor in it and explains a lot of the histories using like a lot of cool, funny illustrations and stuff like that. So I think it's cool just to have this book set. So yeah, Horrible Histories is one of my favorite series as a kid, just because they tell you a lot of facts about history, but they do it in a really interesting way. So I had that, and then I have the Beatles. I have some art from the Beatles there. Blade Runner 2049, I have some art from that movie, really good movie. Ready Player One, which I think is another underrated movie. I really like that movie, so I have art there. Hearthstone, that's a card game I play a lot online, so I have some art from that. And then StarCraft. I think this is not just StarCraft 2, but also, well, I think this is just from StarCraft, the entire StarCraft 2 series maybe, because this one's just for Heart of the Swarm. Yep, and I also have Legacy of the Void too, I think, somewhere here. But yeah, this one is for maybe the complete StarCraft series. Alright, and finally, it's my last shelf here. I have BioShock Infinite, one of my favorite games, and I really love the art in this game. So I had to have the art book for BioShock Infinite. Love the art in that game. Borderlands 3, another game I play a lot. I like the cell shaded art in that game, so I got that one. Then I have some basketball books. I got this one is from Pat the NES Punk, the YouTuber. He made a book based off of, he just knows a lot about NES games. So actually this is an encyclopedia of almost every NES game ever released, and it's a really good book. So he made this book with lots of, you know, details and like little facts and tidbits and stuff like that. Really good. They have Marvel Encyclopedia talking about all the different Marvel superheroes and stuff like that. That is something I'm interested in. Pretty good. Beatles Anthology. This is probably the best Beatles book, I think. If you're really interested in the Beatles, this one has lots of illustrations, a lot of facts, and a lot of write-ups about the histories and stuff like that of the different Beatles members. So this one, really good if you're a Beatles fan. Beatles Anthology. And I think this is another book on Blade Runner 2049. It's just another one. Maybe it's like a side. It's another book. There's a few different books on Blade Runner 2049. I think this is another one. Alright, and then this one I have Cyberpunk 2077, right? I love Cyberpunk games, so I had to get this art book when this game came out. Watch book, you know, I'm interested in watches, and actually talk with my friend Eric a lot. We talk about basketball and audio and watches and a bunch of other topics too. But yeah, this one has a lot of great illustrations, right? You can see like a lot of the engineering that goes into these watches, like especially the high-end ones like Patek Philippe or Alain Sonnet, right? And Vacheron Constantin. Those would be some of my favorite high-end brands. Man, the engineering that goes into those watch brands are pretty crazy and insane. So it's really nice to see them close up in this art book. Art of Atari. I know the art of Atari games, like the actual graphics of the games, are not that great, but the cover art's really good. So you can get some really good cover art here. I think everyone just loves the cover art of Atari, even though the graphics of the games are not that great, but cover art's there. Yeah, Magic the Gathering. This is a good art book too, because a lot of the Magic the Gathering cards have really good card art, right? So I really like to have a book just based off of the card art and stuff like that, and maybe some tidbits and some facts and stuff like that. So really good book as well for Magic the Gathering fans. So I really recommend this book, Concepts and Legends. Really good book for people who like MTG art. And I have Super Mario Brothers, encyclopedia about the history of Super Mario for you Mario fans. And then Fallout, I'm a big fan of the Fallout series, not necessarily Fallout 4, but I do like the whole aesthetic, the post-apocalyptic, retro-futuristic stuff. So I had to get an art book just based off of the Fallout series. So that's really good. And then you have a book, I think this is an officially sanctioned book by the Led Zeppelin band members, the surviving members, I mean. So it's Led Zeppelin by Led Zeppelin. So I think they might have actually contributed to this book themselves. So yeah, a lot of great art, illustrations, right, of the band members, and maybe some historical facts and tidbits about the different band members and stuff like that. So yeah, if you like Led Zeppelin, I think this is probably the book to get. Led Zeppelin, just like the Beatles Anthology. I think these books are really good if you're fans of these bands. I think they're the definitive books that you should get if you're fans of those bands. So that's it, guys. Those are my different collections of my art books, and yeah, that's that shelf right there. Alright, so let's go to the second shelf here, which are mostly filled with collectibles and figurines. So starting from the top shelf, we have two Gundams here. These two Gundams are both from the series Gundam Seed Destiny, which is personally my favorite. I know it's not everyone's favorite, but for me, it's my favorite because I grew up with it. The first Gundam here is the Gundam Strike Freedom, that's piloted by Kira in the series. And the second Gundam is the Gundam Destiny, piloted by Shin in the series. And I have videos building both of these Gundams if you guys want to check it out on my YouTube. But yeah, these are my two favorite Gundams from that series. So I have them both here. And then next we have Bruce Lee. This is a figurine of Bruce Lee from the company Interbay, which I think does a really good job of making figurines. So you can see Bruce Lee's expression here on his face. It's really nicely well done in my opinion. I just think this figurine is really nice, and he has interchangeable head expressions. Interchangeable expressions for his face, and he has interchangeable hands too. So I think this figurine is just very, very well done. So that's the Interbay Bruce Lee figurine, limited edition I believe as well. So for his 75th anniversary, yeah. And then I have a Michael Jordan figurine here. This is a Salvino figurine. This one's also limited edition. I forget how many they made. This is not his real signature. This is an engraving of his signature. But it's a pretty nice figurine of Michael Jordan, considered by many the greatest player ever to play. So yeah, have him here in his classic pose, sticking his tongue out, dunking. So, at number 23, MJ, Air Jordan. Alright, and so I have Michael Jordan, Bruce Lee right there. Alright, so that's the top shelf. And then the second shelf here, I have a bunch of Lakers figurines. I like the Lakers, are my favorite team, so I have a lot of players from that team here, right? You will notice that these are personally my top starting five for the Lakers. I don't have Kobe here, I don't have Wilt, I don't have James Worthy. These are just personally, and I don't have LeBron either. I know he's a Laker too, but yeah, these are personally my picks for the top 5 starting Lakers all time. So let's start out with Magic Johnson, who's one of my favorite Lakers. Right, I have a signed jersey by him. This is a Gartland figurine. It's not his signature. This is an engraving of his signature. But I like the figurine and the pose and everything. It's limited to about 2,000 pieces, I think. So, yep, I like this one. So that's Magic. And then Jerry West, another one of my favorite players of all time. I also have his signed jersey. This is a Salvino figurine, and this is his real signature. It is not an engraving. This is actually his signature here. So this is actually a collectible. And then over here is Elgin Baylor, one of the greatest small forwards of all time. Also his actual signature. And this is a Salvino figurine as well. So also very, very collectible. And then over here we got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the Gartland figurine. This one is also his real signature. Yep. So it's also very, very collectible. So yeah, got Captain Skyhook right here. And in the back we have Larry Bird, who I also have his real signature. That is not a facsimile, that's real signature right there. So yeah, that one's also pretty collectible. So I got Larry Bird as well in the back. And then I got Shaq, which is not his real signature, obviously. It's not a signature. But this one's also by Salvino. So these are Salvino, Gartland. And this one is also limited, but there's definitely more of them made. I don't have one with Shaq's signature, unfortunately. And like I said, I don't have Wilt or Kobe or LeBron. But, you know, there's too many great Lakers, so it's really hard. This is all the space that I have for these guys. So, anyways, that's my Lakers figurine collection. And then next section I have more figurines here. Let's go from the left. We have Diva here, my favorite character from Overwatch, the game Overwatch. I mean, she's a Korean gamer girl who pilots a giant mech, so how can you not like that, right? So yeah, this is not the official figurine by Blizzard. The official figurine by Blizzard is a lot bigger and a lot more expensive. So this is a Chinese version, which is okay. I mean, for the price, it was like 80 bucks or something like that. So for the price, it's okay, right? Comes with her, comes with the giant mech. Yeah, I mean, it's okay for the price, right? So I have Diva, and then I have this Hendrix figurine, which I think is from this company Knucklebones or something like that. Yeah, but it's done really, really well. Yeah, it's a limited edition figurine, and you can just look at the detail, right? Just done really, really well. You can see it's Fender Stratocaster, and what's really cool about this is they actually licensed the Fender name, right? You can see the headstock here is the actual headstock of the Fender Stratocaster. So if you look at some other Hendrix figurines, I think Blitzway would be the one I'm referring to. They don't have the actual Fender Stratocaster license. They have a facsimile. They have like a Stratocaster copy. So they don't have his actual, like, the real Stratocaster headstock, and they don't have the name because they didn't actually license it from Fender. But for Hendrix, in this statue from Knucklebones or Knuckleheads or something, they actually licensed Fender. So they have the real Fender Stratocaster shape and headstock and body here. A lot of detail, you tell, right? The whammy bar, the 11-ply pickguard, the 3 single coil pickups, like all this is really nicely modeled and done. So yeah, I really like this Hendrix figurine. It's done really, really well. So this is one of my favorite figurines in my collection. In the back there, you have a Spider-Man figurine. This is the suit given to him by Tony Stark. So I believe this is the Avengers Infinity War version of Spider-Man with the Dr. Octopus arms coming out of the back. So yeah, that's the Avengers Infinity War Endgame version of Spider-Man, I guess, with the Tony Stark suit. So yeah, another nice figurine. And then I have Tifa from Final Fantasy VII Remake, right? You can tell this is her remake outfit. This one is done by Play Arts Kai, and it's also really, really nice. So you can tell the detail on Tifa here, right? Her body and everything. You can change, I mean, she's a figurine, you can posable, right? Very posable figurine, but you can also change her arms. You can change her hands. Her hands are interchangeable. Her face is also interchangeable, just like the Bruce Lee figurine. So yeah, I think Tifa is done really, really well as well. So that's a Play Arts Kai figurine for Tifa. All right, and then going down, we have a bunch of Dragon Ball Z figurines from one of my favorite animes, Dragon Ball Z. So I got 3 here. You got Broly in the back here. Is actually a gift from my friend. My friend bought me that one. And you got Goku here. Goku's pretty big. This is actually from the Xenoverse 2 Collector's Edition. So it's definitely one of the most substantial Collector's Editions because, you know, just look at the size of Goku, right? So it's definitely one of the more substantial items I got from a Collector's Edition. So pretty nicely detailed too. So yeah, Goku, Broly, and then Super Saiyan 2 Gohan in the back right there. That was definitely my favorite character from Dragon Ball Z as a kid. SSJ2 Gohan. And then here I have my Saberforge Bane Mark II. This is a lightsaber that was custom made for me by the saber company Saberforge, and I did a video on this already. This looks like Count Dooku's lightsaber. It's actually Darth Bane's lightsaber, and I got it custom done in chrome. So I have a chrome finish. Took them 6 months to make this. They, you know, hand built this and everything. It's really, really nice. So yeah, this is definitely one of my favorites. So yeah, this is my and of course it lights up and everything. So has the noises, has the sound, has the vibration. So that's a Saberforge Bane Mark II lightsaber. It took 6 months for them to build this one for me. And over here I have Rampage. Rampage is my favorite character from the animated series Beast Wars, which I really loved as a kid. I mean, in the series, he's a transmetal crab who can turn into a tank. So, you know, as a kid, that's freaking awesome. He has cannons and stuff like that. So, you know, I had to get this figurine. I wasn't able to afford it when I was a kid, you know, because this thing's like $80, which is a lot of money when I was a kid. But now I can get it. So, you know, just kind of like a lot of my figurines are for nostalgic purposes. Like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, Rampage, right? Both characters I really liked as a kid. So yeah, had to get Rampage as my favorite Beast Wars character. Yeah, die Maximals. Yeah, Maximals come. Alright. And this is a tank from Valkyria Chronicles 4 limited edition. So that's there as well. And that's it for that shelf. And last shelf here is a lot of figurines here. Okay. Let's go one by one. This is Kirikazuma from the Yakuza series. And these are Star Wars figurines, right? I play Star Wars a lot. You got a Marine, a Hydralisk, and a Zealot there. And then you got Bret the Hitman Hart, another one of my childhood idols. So he's there. I mean, he's Canadian, right? And I watched him a lot when I was a kid. He was in the '90s when he wrestled for the WWF at the time. So, yeah, definitely one of my childhood idols. So I got Bret the Hitman Hart. And then at the back was Johnny Gat from the Saints Row series. And then I got Saitama from the One Punch Man series. And this is Mega Man X, one of my favorite platformers of all time. That's X from Mega Man X. So I had to get him. And these two small figurines down here are from the BlazBlue fighting franchise. So this is Rachel, this is Noelle Vermillion. Both of these characters are very popular from the BlazBlue franchise. I think they've been in every installment almost. I think they have been in every installment. But yeah, Rachel and Noelle Vermillion both in chibi form here. And I think there's a series called Neo Android or something, Neo Android or something, some Japan series called that makes these chibi figurines. And then behind them are that's Sumika from Muv-Luv, the visual novel series. I think I got this one from a Kickstarter backer version. So yeah, that's Sumika. That's the most popular, the main female protagonist of that series. And then behind her are bobbleheads. Those are actually me. I had these bobbleheads custom created for me back in 2013. Yeah, so that's basically me when I was like 24 years old, and I wanted to get like a custom bobblehead for some reason. I guess because I thought it was like cool. I guess it was like custom and unique. So I got them. I sent in a photo of my picture of my face, a portrait of myself, into the website custombobbleheads.com, and then they custom created these bobbleheads for me back in 2013. So yeah, that's supposed to be me back in 2013. So yeah. It looks kind of weird and silly now, but yeah, back then when I was younger, I thought it would be cool. And then here we have Lucina, one of my favorite characters from the Fire Emblem franchise, especially Fire Emblem Awakening. So there's Lucina. Definitely a popular figure from that, popular character from that franchise. And then behind her is a Fallout bobblehead, which is a popular and iconic part of that series. So you actually collect bobbleheads to increase your attribute points in Fallout. So yeah, that's a popular part of that series. And then behind the Fallout bobblehead, I don't know how well you guys can see that, but that's the Duke Nukem statue from the limited edition of Duke Nukem Forever. So it's a bust of Duke Nukem. And then we have a really nice figurine that I enjoy as well, which is Chris McKees, or McKees Chris, from the visual novel series Steins Gate. So yeah, Steins Gate is one of my favorite visual novels, especially for the sci-fi, the time travel mechanics and stuff like that. Like, that's basically the topics that they talk about. Really, really cool series. Chris McKees is the main female protagonist of that series. And this is a really nicely done figurine from Kotobukiya. So yeah, you can see how well detailed it is. Yeah, I really, really like it. So, yep, that's Chris McKees from Steins Gate to round out this collection. So that's it, guys. That's my figurine collection from the last shelf. All right, now let's do like one final pan through of these figurines. Okay, so starting from Chris McKees from Steins Gate, then we got Lucina, Fire Emblem, Sumika from Muv-Luv. You got the BlazBlue characters. Then you got the Mega Man X, Bret the Hitman Hart, StarCraft, and Kirikazuma. Then you got Goku and Gohan and Broly from Dragon Ball Z, Rampage from Beast Wars. Alright, and then we got Tifa from Final Fantasy VII Remake. Right, and then we got Spider-Man in the back. Jimi Hendrix, and Diva from Overwatch. So, yeah. You got Tifa from this side, Hendrix, and Diva from this side, Spider-Man. This side as well, okay. Alright. Alright, and then we got the Lakers figurines. We got Shaq Attack, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Larry Bird, Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, Logo, and Magic Johnson. Right. Same from this side, and from this side too. Alright. Now finally, we have the Gundam figurines. Gundam Strike Freedom. Then you got Gundam Destiny, right? Both from Gundam Seed Destiny. Right, and then you got Bruce Lee and Michael Jordan, both symbols of perfectionism, relentless perfectionism. Bruce Lee and Michael Jordan. Alright, so that's my figurine collection. I hope you guys enjoyed that. So yeah, that's my figurine collection and my bookshelf. So yeah, you guys have now seen pretty much all my living room now. My living room, my studio, this is my bed. Alright, cool. Now we move on to my desk area. So this is my desk area here where I do my work, and also my main computer where I do most of my personal stuff. So let's take a look at my desk then. So yeah, first of all, I put my Martin OMJM guitar here. I just don't have I don't have a space for another guitar stand. So yeah, my Martin OMJM acoustic guitar is I just put it here for now. And this drawer here, I mostly have, I think I have like some speakers and some like backup mice and like chargers and stuff like that in there. Not much. And there's my record player where I can play some music. And actually, let's look at my chair first. This is my lazy boy chair. This is where I do most of my sitting throughout the day since I work at home. So yeah, that's it's a very, very comfortable chair. So put that one back. And you guys can see I have a printer there. I don't really use it all that much, but you know, some things have to be printed, so that's why I have a printer there. And this is my record collection. So I have this one for mostly classic rock records, and this one for mostly jazz and classical records, because I think for me at least, my opinion is the stuff on vinyl, the stuff that sounds the best on vinyl are the stuff that was recorded way back when vinyl was popular. So that means mostly classic rock albums, jazz albums, and classical albums. So that's mostly what I listen to on vinyl. So yeah, this is my record player, my Fluence RT85. I already did a video on it. It's a very, very nice record player for the price. For 500 bucks, you get like a Ortofon blue cartridge, acrylic platter, nice walnut finish, so very, very good value. I think this is the record I'm listening to right now, Duke Ellington, John Coltrane. Very, very nice when I'm working. I can listen to that. And I have it connected to my Klipsch R41PM powered bookshelf speakers. Very, very warm sound because of the horn-loaded speakers. IMG composite woofer right here. And yeah, it's my remote. And I have a Cambridge Audio solo preamp here, the phono preamp for connecting to my vinyl. And this is a Nixie tube clock, right? So you can get this one. There we go. So yeah, it's my Nixie tube clock right there. And I mean, this just lends it more of a vintage flavor, right? Because now you can see the Nixie tube clock and some vintage looking bookshelf speakers. So that's very, very nice. So yeah, that's the audio, I guess, section of my desk. I have a pretty nice big corner desk here. And this is my work section of my desk. So I have my company MacBook right there. It's the laptop that my company gave me. And then I have, this is my Sony WH-1000XM3 over-ear headphones. When I go outside, I don't usually use these headphones anymore because I use my wireless earbuds now or my USB-C powered earphones or IEMs, but for working I actually use these Bluetooth headphones the most, right? It's just very, very convenient, noise canceling as well. So pretty much the only time I use these headphones are for work and for when I'm traveling on a plane, which is not that common anymore because of the pandemic, but that's mostly when I use these headphones, for work and for traveling on planes now. When I go outside, I usually use the wireless earbuds. And then for my work, I have it all connected to this LG ultra-wide monitor. So I think this monitor is very, very useful for me because I can do a lot of productive work using this monitor. I can put like all my terminals, and I can do some compiling, I can do some testing on one side, and on the other side I can put my Chrome inspector. So yeah, I can do a lot of good debugging work on this monitor, right? And since I have such a wide screen, it's an ultra wide, so yeah, I can have my coding on one side, I can do my my inspector on the other side. Really very useful for testing, debugging, and just productive activity, right? So it's a really, really good monitor. I think I only paid like $250 or something like that US for it, which is really, really nice. So it's a nice LG monitor, and I have a webcam, of course, for Zoom meetings. It's a Logitech webcam. And then here I have my nameplate. So yeah, this says my name on it, but it's pretty nice. I mean, it's a wood block. That's really it. But it's nice to have my nameplate there. And then I use a MacBook keyboard. This is really useful because the MacBook that my company gave me is old. It's an old version of the MacBook Pro, so it uses the old butterfly switches, which means that it fails pretty often. It has already failed. So basically, I can't really use that keyboard. I gotta use the wired keyboard. So, well, actually, it's Bluetooth, right? But I always have it connected anyways, just for, you know, don't want to charge all the time. So yeah, I use the Mac keyboard, and then I use a Microsoft Surface mouse as my mouse, which works pretty well, right? It works pretty well for me. So yeah, that's my work setup basically. My LG ultra wide, and then I have a Mac keyboard, Microsoft Surface mouse, Sony headphones. So over here I have my Google Home Hub, which I'm mostly using as my digital photo frame here. So yeah, I think I use the Google Assistant sometimes for maybe like setting a timer or like checking the weather and stuff like that. But it's mostly used as my digital photo frame. So I can just swipe like this, and oh yeah, I mean, I can see the weather and stuff like that, which is cool. But I mostly use it for swiping through my photos, right? So I can see all my photos with my family and friends like this. Yeah, just really nice. I mean, this is, can you go back? Nope, nope, go back. Okay, so you can see all my photos, my family, my friends here, you know, some of my friends. I gotta swipe very lightly, otherwise it goes to this thing. I think that has to be fixed. But yeah, I just have to do a very light touch, and then I can swipe through my photos. So that's some of my photos of myself, of my friends, right? So it's really just good for memories and stuff like that, right? I mean, I can also ask it to do things, obviously, because it has Google Assistant, but mostly I use it as a digital photo frame to show me my memories of the pictures I took throughout the years. So very, very good to have. So I use this mostly as my digital photo frame. Very nice. Okay. Then I have over here I have a Himalayan salt inhaler. Then I have a fidget cube. I actually backed this on Kickstarter. Just good, something to occupy my hands with. Right, I'm a very fidgety guy. Then I have a fake plant here, and then this is actually interesting because this is it's a floating moon. It's a floating moon, so it's actually a lamp, right? You can see that it is actually floating. So, yep, this is basically just a lamp. I'm gonna turn it off like this. It's still gonna rotate, and I can turn it on. It's you can change different colors. So this is like an orange color. I just want a white color. So yeah, this is a floating, rotating moon sphere. So yeah, this also doubles as my lamp, but it's also a pretty amusing distraction too. All right, and this is my main computer area right here. So everything here is actually powered by my Alienware M15R2. So this is my main laptop. It's my main gaming laptop, and also just my main laptop in general. And you can see everything that it's connected to at the back here, right? It's actually connected to a Thunderbolt 3 dock. So I have a Thunderbolt 3 dock here, which is by CalDigit. So this CalDigit dock is really, really nice. It's basically the thing that ties it all together in this section. Because everything like my monitor, my keyboard, my microphone, everything is connected to this Thunderbolt 3 dock by CalDigit. And all it takes really is this one cable, right? This one Thunderbolt 3 cable connects it to everything on my laptop. So it's pretty easy for me to actually, like, if I want to travel with my laptop, all I gotta do is disconnect this one cable, and then basically I can just take this laptop with me, right? And if I just wanted to become, if I wanted to like just go back into desktop mode and connect to everything again, I just plug this one cable in and we're good, right? So it's a very, very useful dock. It's Cal Digit 3 Thunderbolt 3 dock. I highly recommend it. Basically does everything, has a ton of ports and inputs. I mean, you can see on the back, right? You can see on the back here just how many things is connected to it. So yeah. All right, and what is it connected to? I haven't shown you guys really everything yet. So my main monitor here is the Asus, I think P58Q is the name. But I've had this monitor for a few years now. I've just been too lazy to upgrade it. It's a 240 Hz refresh rate monitor, which is really, really high. But it's also only 1080p, and it's only 24 inches, and it's only a TN panel, not an IPS panel. So yeah, it would be nice to have an IPS, but for now, since I'm directly in front of the monitor all the time, TN is okay for now. I just didn't feel the need to upgrade it because I'm a little bit lazy to buy and sell monitors, because monitors are kind of a hassle to replace, right? It's just a big item. So I haven't really felt the need to replace it so far, right? But yeah, it's not the best monitor, but it's what I have for now, so I'm okay with it. I have another webcam here for doing like streaming and stuff like that. And then here is the keyboard. So this is a Logitech Orion mechanical keyboard, and this uses Cherry MX Brown switches, which I think are pretty good for me, because I used to use an Aorus mechanical keyboard with Cherry MX Reds, and those were a little bit, maybe like a little bit too responsive, right? So I wanted to have something in the middle, so the MX Browns are good for me. So yeah, I know one key's missing here, but I've had this keyboard for about, what, 3 years now, since 2018. So yeah, I've had this keyboard for a while, so it's been pretty useful for me. So yeah, this is a Logitech G Orion mechanical keyboard, and then here I have a Logitech Proteus Core mouse, which I've had since 2015. So I've had this mouse for even longer. So this mouse for about, yeah, over 5 years, this keyboard for over 3 years. So I think Logitech makes some pretty nice stuff, pretty reliable. So far I haven't had any issues or any need to, any desire to upgrade these so far. So yeah, nice mechanical keyboard and a nice mouse. So I think Proteus Core especially, I think a lot of people really like this mouse, even though it's been out for a long time. Just very, very nice responsive mouse for both gaming and regular work. And then my speakers here. So this is actually the Creative Sound Blaster X Katana. It's a sound bar, and this sound bar is really, really nice, and me and my friend both got it. I've had this sound bar since 2017. I haven't felt any need to upgrade to another pair of speakers for my computer. It's just a really nice sound bar. Connects to everything. I mean, connect to aux, optical, USB, computer, which is what I'm connected to right now, Bluetooth. So yeah, it does kind of everything. It connects to everything, even your TV, right? Because it has an optical input. And yeah, it's just a really nice sound bar. It gets really, really loud. I usually never set the volume past 20 because it gets so loud, and the sound quality is really, really good for the price. I only paid like 300 bucks for this. So very, very good value, just like most of Creative's products, and it has the RGB lighting at the bottom, as you can see. So good for gamers as well. Also comes with a subwoofer here. So I have the Sound Blaster X subwoofer, right, which gives me the low bass, so everything's covered there. All right, and let's move on to my mic. This is the Blue Yeti Nano. So remember I showed you guys my Razer Siren Mini, which is for my desktop. That mic is just a very basic mic that doesn't really have any other controls on it. But the Blue Yeti Nano is pretty good because you can configure it to be cardioid or omnidirectional. So use cardioid, right, if you're just talking in front of the mic, or omnidirectional if you have a friend with you. But this is mostly what I use when I do the Let's Play videos, and when I'm recording some of my vlogs, right, some of my Let's Play videos on YouTube, then I use this mic. And you can just easily mute it like this, something I can't do with my Razer Siren Mini. And it's a really good quality mic, right, condenser mic and everything. Yeah, So yeah, Blue makes a lot of good microphones, right? They make the Snowball mic, and they make the Yeti. They make many versions of the Yeti. So this is the Yeti Nano, which I got because it's a little bit smaller, right? I don't want to have like a giant mic here, but this is a very good mic for what it is, right? It's more expensive than the Razer Siren Mini, so I would expect it to have more features, which it does. And it's replacing my Shure MB51, which I used to have. That mic was also really good, but because I had it for such a long time, there started to be issues when I was recording, right? Sometimes there would be some latency and some voice distortion and stuff like that. So eventually I had to replace it, and I replaced it with the Blue Yeti Nano, which I like so far. no complaints. All right, and here, this is my iPhone. So I put my iPhone on this wireless charging dock. So this is a wireless charging dock, and this is also wireless charging my Apple Watch as well. So it's basically a dock for both my phone and my watch, and it's pretty modular. I think I just got it from Amazon, but yeah, you can actually just disconnect it. If you don't have an Apple Watch, you can disconnect it. But if you have an Apple Watch and you have an iPhone like me, you just put it up on there, and then you're good, you're charging. So it's pretty convenient. Then in these two cabinets down here, there really isn't that much. There's like some extra flash drives, pens, storage drives, stuff like that. And this one, I think this one has like some extra smartwatches. Yeah, I got my Moto 360, Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2, some other extra adapters and things like that here. So there isn't really that much, that many interesting things in those two drawers. And that's it, guys. That's it from my desk area. So you can see I have a corner desk here, which I use for both work, and I use for just regular computer stuff. Like I use my main computer for just watching videos, YouTube, for doing the Let's Play videos, I use that, and for doing social media, chatting with my friends. Yeah, so that's what I use it for. Alright, so you guys have seen my desk. The very last part, I guess, around this area I haven't shown you guys yet is the Yamaha P121 digital piano. So I mostly play guitar, but sometimes I might pick up the piano and play it. So I have this one here. I did a video review on it already. I think it's a pretty nice portable digital piano, especially pretty nice for the price, right? I mean, look at the size of it. It's fairly small and portable for a piano. So yeah, I usually play guitar, like I said, but sometimes when the inspiration strikes, I might want to pick up the piano and play it. So it is here in case I need to plug it in. And another thing I have to show you guys is the ottoman. I know this is just, you know, regular ottoman for people to sit on, but what's inside it might be more interesting. So if you lift it up, you can see some dolls and stuff like that. And these are mostly dolls I got from collector's edition and stuff like that. I think some of these might be just for nostalgia purposes, more just for collector's items, right? So I'm gonna take a look what's in here. So this is Pusheen. This character is from the Persona 5 collector's edition. Morgana, I think her name is, the cat. I got Squall from Final Fantasy 8. Konomaru from Persona 3. They got Lightning from Final Fantasy 13. What else I got? Let's see. This is from Digimon, Patamon. Oh, this little sheep is from the Catherine Full Body Collector's Edition, I think. Look at the PJs in the back. So that's pretty cute. What else? Totoro, Bugs Bunny, my childhood kind of favorites, right? Looney Tunes. I got some Cyanide and Happiness dolls right here. Garfield, Winnie the Pooh. Oh, this is Fine dog from that meme, right? Remember that meme? This is fine, and then he starts burning. I mean, it's actually pretty relevant, right? Given the fact that we're in the middle of a pandemic. He's pretty relevant now. This is from the Kakao. I think that's Muzi from the Kakao, the Korean chatting app. What else? We got a probe here from StarCraft, right? It's got a nice plush probe here. Oh, we got Jill here. Yep, that's from Valhalla, the cyberpunk bartender action. Really nice visual novel, I think. I really enjoyed playing it. But yeah, I got a plush Jill. That's pretty much it. What else is this? Snoopy? Okay, from Charlie Brown. Okay. Yep, so there's a bunch of dolls here hiding inside this ottoman. So that's kind of my little skeleton there. Yeah, I got a ottoman full of interesting dolls from collector's editions. So anyways, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much my apartment. You guys have seen my living room and my bedroom. What else is there to show? I guess I have a coffee table here. That's, you know, when my friends come over, we eat here, and, you know, if I put my piano here to play, this is where I put it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You guys have pretty much seen my apartment. Alright, so you guys have seen my bedroom now, right? And you guys have seen my desk area and my work area and my living room, right? So that's what it looks like. The last part of my apartment, which I haven't shown you guys, is the balcony. So let's go take a look at the balcony. Alright, so today the weather's pretty nice. Usually the weather in Burnaby and Vancouver is in the winter is usually raining, but today it looks like we get some pretty nice weather. So this is the view outside. This is pretty nice. Yeah, today's reasonably sunny. I would say in the summer is probably the best time to come to the Pacific Northwest. But usually the Pacific Northwest, like Seattle, Vancouver, it gets kind of rainy in the winter, so it's not that great in the winter, but in the summer it's like the weather's like perfect. People come to San Francisco, right, and actually San Francisco can be pretty cold in the winter, and I think in the winter time I actually prefer here better than San Francisco, even though that's California, because here is basically perfect in the summer. Like it's always like 20 to 25 degrees, everything. It's not too hot, not too cold. It's just basically perfect in the summer. So anyways, yeah, it's a view from my balcony here in Burnaby. So yeah, today we get a pretty nice day. Alright, cool. And yeah, that's it. That's pretty much my apartment. So yeah, you guys have pretty much seen everything in my apartment so far, and let me know if you have any like questions and comments for me about how I did or how I recovered and everything. But for me, this is me trying to save up to come back to where, to try to come back. I'm still far from where I was before. For me, I still got like maybe 5 years to get back to where I was before I lost all my money, but this is a start, right? I'm just trying to come back, and yeah, I'm trying to recover, right, from what happened to me. So yeah, it's a long journey, and it's been a very long and difficult process for me, and a lot of people commented, and some good, some bad, right? Some people shared their sympathy with me and said how they were touched by my story, and others were like, hey, you're an idiot, you shouldn't have taken so much risk and stuff like that, you should just give up and stuff like that. And I'm glad I didn't listen to those haters, otherwise I would be in depression, right? But I'm glad I had my friends and family around me to help support me, and I was able to recover. And basically what you see right now is what I got for 2 years, right? 2 years of trying to save up. Like the past year, living in, like, before I moved into this apartment, I was living in a really, really shitty place, right? Because I had no money at that time. I had to sell most of my items, and not most, but I had to sell my most valuable items, right? At the time, and I couldn't afford a really good place. So yeah, I was just living in like basically like a rat hole, sharing my room basically. So that was really bad. But now I'm able to come back, and this is basically what I got so far for my last 2 years of saving. So I'm trying to get back to where I was before. Obviously, still don't have what I had before, right? But I'm recovering, right? I'm on that road to recovery. So it's definitely better than what would have happened if I just gave up and just sank into depression, right, for the rest of my life. That wouldn't be good. So I'm really glad I tried to. I had my friends and family to support me, and I was able to keep my head up and trying to, basically my mantra is that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? So try to learn from my mistakes and come back stronger than I was before, is basically what I'm trying to do. So that's it, guys. That's my Burnaby apartment. I hope you guys enjoyed the tour, and as always, let me know questions, comments, and feedback. If you watched the entire video, then thank you very much for listening to my story and supporting me. While something really traumatizing happened to me, when Kajuga CX took all my money. But thank you guys for staying with me, and people who are supporting me still. Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. And continue supporting my channel. I appreciate those people too. So as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.